If you get to hear this podcast, it means your half of the internet is not broken, but the other half certainly is.
I'm in the other half, the broken half.
I mean, you're always a little broken, but
Yeah, usually.
anyways, Cloudflare is having a flare up, if you want to call it that. I'm probably the first person ever to make that joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying all the power has been consolidated around Cloudflare, but like if Amazon and Cloudflare went down, there would be no internet.
Yeah, which is exactly what the decentralized nature of the internet was supposed to give us. So it's working out great.
Teams would still work in that scenario, but no one's feeling warm and fuzzy about that, though. Yep.
Isn't Ignite today? Yes.
Hey, their stuff should all be working, right?
Yeah.
Let's check.
Just like the Microsoft infrastructure went down on the day they announced their earnings, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see if their website loads. It appears to be loading. Yep.
I guess some Cloudflare errors on their blog, like blogs.window.com or whatever it is. Oh no, it's coming up. No, the images aren't coming up. So the articles are up, but the images are not. Well, that's fun.
Well, at least their CEO's not there, so he doesn't have to worry about not being.
Do we know where he is?
Probably just sitting in his office.
Curiously missing in action. I like that. No, I don't. It's got to be something going on there. Like Google CEO Sundar Pichai basically finally said the thing everyone's thinking, which is we're doomed. And Satya Nadella is nowhere to be seen. Coincidence?
He's in a bunker. That's
yeah, exactly.
With one fax machine.
It's like in the shape of a bubble.
I'd like a bunker with just a fax machine.
I'm not entirely sure that you're not building a bunker in your little compound there.
I mean, that is a fair assessment. I don't have the property size to.
Well, you can go down. Bunkers just have to be deep.
Yeah.
You know.
Technically true. The great Nate Bargatze. Have you ever dug a hole? It might be the hardest thing you ever do.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah. I would check the news headlines, but every news headline just is Cloudflare is down. And not the headline Cloudflare is down. It's literally internal server error. Browser you working. Like, Cloudflare Atlanta error. Host working.
Oh, man. I spent all day yesterday trying to get something out that I didn't finish. And, it's just frustrating. So it's like, okay, well, it's a new day. Schedule's pretty good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Classic.
Look, this place looks pretty. I should go here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
that. Former glacier.
Well, it probably was. I was thinking Glacier National Park. Under ice, like somewhere in Switzerland.
Yeah.
That's where I could go deposit some dollars, right? While I wait for the internet to recover.
You can't, because you can't buy a ticket.
No, that's right. It's like, let's go to Delta and see how much a ticket would be. Oh,
you show up at the airport. Like, I would like to go to.
Yeah, how bad would that be? If your terminals at the airport need isn't like today the first day
machines they can run your credit card that way and then give you a triplicate.
Oh my God, what year is it? The other question is how do I go back to the other image? There we go.
So that's still working. We got that.
Local technology. Yeah, this image is not brought to you by Cloudflare because it's on my computer. Although it is on OneDrive, which is kind of doing a syncy thing across my NAS. I did get all my images downloaded. I guess that is something that is now accomplished. So that's all downloaded. Now I need to figure out the script that's on GitHub that absolutely won't upload it to some random country for.
Well, you can read the script. I mean. It's probably fine.
Everyone who screams, "I want everything open source," they're not reading the source code. They just assume somebody. They assume somebody else has done it.
The story was always like the eyeballs are on it, and it's like, are they? I mean, I'm glad it's there. I don't. There's no. Well, actually, there are some negatives to it, but mostly it's positive, and it's it's good.
It would be like owning a tank if you lived in suburbia, right? Like. it's not really practical, but like you can be like, I got a tank, but you
You
can't.
just described every person in the United States who's ever gotten in a 20-ton SUV by themselves to drive to the supermarket and or McDonald's or whatever to get one item and then drive home again. Destroyed 3 trees in the Amazon on the way, and then got home and was like, this is not even what I want. I think I'll return it tomorrow.
Well, speaking of destroying trees, I am on a very efficient effort at destroying the Amazon with my trying to implement local AI ML into my app. I've gone down a couple different rabbit holes. The problem is like it's building an app in .NET was already at the edge of my knowledge capacity.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to build on top of something that is already a house of cards on a bleeding frontier. Use an NPU and do your own local AI. And it is, I've gone down a couple different rabbit holes. Somebody actually, they didn't say I could use their name. Somebody pinged me on LinkedIn who listens to this. It works at Microsoft and said direct ML, which I'm using, is probably not the right thing. I should be using Windows ML, which,
is that part of .NET or is that like part of, God help us, the Windows app?
So
SDK?
Windows ML is going to replace direct ML, which was my mistake.
In the .NET stack?
I believe so, yes. Okay. But then we start going down a rabbit hole of like everything else is like there, but not like, I don't.
This is very frustrating. When Microsoft, remember the Windows, what is it called? The Windows Copilot runtime.
I think that's what maybe
ago.
that plays, the Windows App SDK plays into all this, and I'm still.
Oh yeah. No, but you have to understand, they announced that in May 2024. Didn't release anything but the very earliest experimental build ever until whatever it was, February the following year.
Yep.
And then in the next May, this past May, they like, we're not doing that anymore. And I think it's, what is it called? The AI Foundry or Windows AI Foundry or something. And I don't know what the status of that thing is, but I do know what the status of the Windows App SDK has been. Let me tell you something. Should not poke that bear.
Yeah, see, the problem here is naive Brad was like, okay, if we use .NET, that should, because eventually I really, like when I started all this, and as soon as I realized we'd be gathering a bunch of data, I'm like, I want to figure out how to use an NPU. That was always like the curiosity that I wanted to figure out. So I'm like, okay, .NET makes perfect sense because .NET, the entire reason for .NET to exist, at least in my brain, is to make that process easier. That is that is the whole intent of it. And then here we are, and I'm just bashing my head against the wall. I can get the NPU.
This is my entire programming experience. Yeah. Of course.
I can throttle. Ooh, hold on, my furnace just turned on. Let's turn that thing off, because otherwise I can't hear anything. More specifically, the humidistat started firing on, even though it's raining outside. That's beside the point. That's not .NET related. Anyways,
yes,
I can thrash the NPU with just basic nothingness, but it's not. If this was like a tech demo and like we weren't shipping for like 18 months, I could go up on stage and do like some flashy thing like, look, we're hitting the NPU, this is doing the thing. But in the back of my mind, all it's doing is just doing it. Are you alive check? Just a whole bunch of times per second.
You're showing it in Task Manager and you're like, look, I did something.
And I literally took a picture of it. I was like, look, I got it to do a thing like a couple days ago.
Yep.
But it was useless information. Like it's not
I don't remember what it was called. I used to do this with like comm components. Like you could see it in some part of the control panel, like it looked like a little orb, like an Xbox logo, but it was for DCOM or COM or whatever the hell it was called at the time. And it doesn't matter. The little guy would spin there and you'd be like, look, I accessed the component. You're like, yep. Did it do anything? Like, no.
I mean, that is exactly.
Like
so now I'm trying to rework some of this and I'm running it. There's something, and the problem is, again, my knowledge of AI, LLM, like bits and infrastructure is 5 minutes old. So I got things up and running in that scenario, but it was called Opset, and I don't even know what this is. Well, I vaguely know what it is. Was the wrong version. And even though I was using Microsoft's Phi 3 model, it was the wrong Opset version, so the compatibility with what I had running in DirectML was not compatible, and I couldn't use it, and it was just bashing my, and it's like, well, you could try this and that, and I was like, so now, anyways, the seals are dying, glaciers are melting, and it's my fault.
I go into this very briefly every once in a while, and it's never there, and I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah, I just wanted. I just feel like we should be at the point in the universe where I just drop the library into the .NET package
You
manager,
are
and it's
so
like,
naive, Brad. That's not how things work.
and then I can make the call, the little whatever call.npu answer my wizardry questions, and then the app should know because it has the .NET library, which because that's the reason why you use .NET on Windows for Windows specific development.
Mm-hmm. Yep, doesn't work.
You know what kills me though? I'm going to say something, and I have no idea if what I'm going to say is accurate. No idea. 0% chance I have any insight if this is correct, but I'll tell you what, it's correct.
Okay.
I bet if I was on an iPhone, I could do this.
Wow. So I spend more time than she deserves bitching about the stuff to my wife. And what is App SDK? How terrible it is. Here are 10 examples. Things that were easy to do and other things that you are just impossible apparently in this thing. All the lies AI has told me about how to fix the problems, and then how it was like you've exceeded your free GitHub Copilot thing. It's like, no, you've exceeded it. You kept giving me the wrong freaking answer, jerk. Anyway, it just is never there. It's just moving too fast. It's never going to work. It's just, you think it's bad in like Excel or Windows or something. It's like, imagine they want developers to write apps. This stuff isn't ready for them, you know? So one time, year ago, well, no, 6 months ago, I used their Windows App SDK, whatever the fuck it is. And I got it to summarize some text. It's really exciting. Never been able to duplicate that, by the way, but I had the app still there. I can, whatever. But like in latest version of Visual Studio, I think we talked about this, like upgrading an app to .NET 10, right? Hope to switch, no problem. There's a drop-down box. There's two. There's like least supported or lowest supported version or target version, and then I'm not going to get this exactly right. The version number was one of the 26,000, like let's call it 100.0. Like, okay, and then I clicked on it, and there's another one. It's like that number, but 0.1. And I'm like, I'll just go to 0.1. What's the difference? No, won't compile now. It's like all kinds of versioning errors with .NET app or the Windows App SDK. And it's just like, this is how I spend days doing this stuff. It's like you just go down these rabbit holes and you look up and you're like, nothing ever worked. And you're like, is it dinner time? You're like, what happened here? Like, and it's like, welcome to the wonderful world.
Yes, I need to move my app. It's currently .NET 8 to, let me qualify that. I don't need to. I feel like I should. It's on .NET 8. I should probably go to .NET 10. However, the big clawing argument to never, ever, ever do that is what you just said. It works. Right. Like, it works just, I know.
Why would you touch? It's like, why would you touch running code that's not exhibiting any problems? Yeah, I know.
I'll still try it. Don't get me wrong. But,
well, disappointment awaits. Enjoy.
That's what I tell my wife every weekend.